Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Right? Y'all don't see what's going on? You don't see how many grown men go a whole lifetime building success, and for the wrong interactions with the wrong women, or we could even say the right interactions with the wrong women, that shit go down in a matter of a day. You fuck around nowadays, especially with the internet, let a bitch decide, I want to make up something about him. Everything you acquire through chasing that motherfucking dollar will fall in one motherfucking day. You ain't seen the cancel culture? One bitch can convince a whole community of bitches, because it already be in them to believe that a nigga gonna do some fucked up shit anyway. Make up a whole story, everybody go along with it, even the bitch that raised you.
And his opponent, accompanied by Ross Mann from Harlem, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, GMG Big Money.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
These two have been waiting for this one for quite some time, and to be honest, so have I.
They ask for the truth, but they can't handle it. They want to remain stupid. If the shoe fits, let them wear it.
Salute. How y'all feeling? Welcome to class, guys. Welcome to Sunday night school, guys. How y'all feeling? Come on in, cozy on in, mosey on in. Salute to all of my new people that's coming on over to the Righteous Fair. We don't mean no harm. We just have fun over here. Welcome. All my veterans, y'all make sure y'all make the new people right at home. Bronx Star, settle down. Tonight is not about you. It's not about you tonight, all right? So you calm down.
Settle down. Come on, calm down. Relax. You're getting a little out of order here.
All right? Don't make everything about you. Tonight, it's about a special sister, one of my sisters, yo. One of my sisters tonight. She needs to be heard. And it's sad that we live in a society, right, where it ain't about what's right. It's about who's popular. It's about who's in demand. You know what I mean? It ain't about what's right. It's about who we like. And that's one thing about us, right, guys? You know, they can say whatever they want about Mr. Goodbread, about the righteous fair, about what we do over here on a regular basis. They can say whatever they want. But what they can't take from us and what they can't deny is that we are authentic. You know what I mean? And I know I ain't even say that right. I jacked that up, right? They'll scrutinize us for that, for stuff like that. But we are the realest thing smoking in this space right here. You know what I mean? So tonight, guys, we definitely gonna hold one of our good sisters down. And it's sad because she got way too many. Our sister, she don't even got a wrench over here, and I gotta make that possible. If any of my managers could give her a wrench, hit her with a wrench. You know what I mean? We normally don't give females wrenches over here because the females don't need a wrench. You know what I mean? Because them wrenches be the reason why things be going left on people's channels. And we ain't fitting to have that. This is a man space, but women is always invited. But this is a man space, and we got way too many compromised channels. You know what I mean? Way too many compromised channels. And it's sad to me because when you have a sister like our sister that we talking about tonight, that we fitting to highlight and we fitting to hold down tonight, when you have a sister like that and she always advocating for the men, you would think she have more dudes standing up for her. Like, you know what I mean? Salute to the guys that are sticking their hand out, sticking their neck out for the sis, but she should have way more, you know what I mean, brothers holding her down. You know what I mean? Way more brothers holding her down. But again, we in a society where the black man is scared of the black woman. There's way too many black bros scared of the black woman. So we call ourselves holding a black woman accountable, but how can you hold a black woman accountable if you scared of her? Way too many guys is scared of what's right. They gonna just go along to get along, but not over here in the righteous fair. You know what I mean? We stand for what's right. You know what I mean? We correct man and we correct woman with bad behavior in our community. That's the only way our community gonna get better. So they could talk and they could say whatever they want. Oh, he curse, he do this, he do that, he. But we get that work done over here. We helping the folks. We for the people. We stand for what's right. And with that said, guys, let's go on and get into the content, guys, because you know what we do over here, guys. We always highlight the fact that 80% of men in our community need to get to some help. And then 80% of the women in our community need to get to some help. But those men and women will hide behind one of us, the 20%. The people that have done the people that have done the work on themselves, the people that identified we have flaws and we gonna fix them. Because along with those flaws, we got way too many blessings, way too many blessings. You see what I mean? And that's what separate us. It's kind of like Esau and Jacob. You know what I mean, guys? Wink, wink, is Esau and Jacob. You know, they teach us in this hateful community that Esau is the white man and Jacob is the black man, but it's not that at all, guys. Esau is the black man who know of God but don't follow God, and God hate him for that. That's why God hate Esau. And Jacob is the guys like ourselves, the 20% men and 20% women who know what it is. We know what time it is. So, guys, we just got to remove ourselves because we will become collateral damage, as you will see today. We got a 20% woman, a virtuous woman, a Proverbs 31 woman, but bad company causes bad morale. And it's sad to me because, right, you got some sisters that run around here and they quick to talk this white supremacy shit. What we about to witness today is just equally as similar to what white supremacy do. They sit there and take your talent and then run off with it and say that they did it. They take a black person's talent and run out there and say they did it. How in the world? How is that right? When did the black community say that that's cool to do it to our own people, right? That it's never been cool to do that to our own folks. But again, guys, we be distracted with this hate, and the hate is garnered in the wrong direction, guys. But let's get on into this disrespectful, unbelievable. Now, guys, just for a little briefing and a little briefing on what's going on here. You know, the brick lady, she been running around here scamming people, right? So we got some good sisters that been trying to get people their money back, been trying to catch her down, you know what I mean, and catch up to her. And it started out as a team, but then it just went left. You know what I mean? What started out as a team just went left because attention is the new crack. Attention is now the new crack. In 2024, attention, likes, shares, you know what I mean? Cause we don't communicate. We are all poor communicators now. So we don't use words, in fact, anymore. Words is worthless. We use pictures now. It's thumbs ups and it's hearts. And that has become the new crack. So it's people selling their soul now, not for money, for attention.
It's okay. At the end of the day, I just want you guys to believe what you want to believe because it's factual. You have the receipts. You guys heard Prophet. Prophet was the one that said that Gail was a fraud, and Gail never did anything about Prophet. You notice she knows who to stay away from, which is crazy that she's not staying away from me, and I'm the one.
Now you keep this in mind, guys. You know what I mean? You keep this in mind. I don't know how many of y'all follow Mrs. Gail through this space, but I've never heard any craziness from her. I never heard her out of her femininity. Never, never. Now I know I'm new to this space and I don't know much, but I know I have never seen her out of pocket. Ever, ever, ever.
One that she needs to be worried about. You feel what I'm saying? It's amazing how she didn't say anything about Prophet. See, Prophet will go deep into Gail's life and not give a damn. And now that Gail is continuing to badger me and bring other people onto it, she's now going to be a part of this because she can't keep her mouth shut. Like I said, this is a woman that's going to be 44 years old next month. 44. You're damn near close to 50, Gail. At what age do women start acting like mature women? And maybe if Gail did act like a woman and carried herself like a lady, she'd probably be married by now instead of moving from state to state. Maybe she would have been married. And the funny thing is, Gail lives in the same state as Prophet. And Prophet already knows her address. So again, it's not hard to find people. But when you're online lying about people and saying that they're putting you in danger.
All right, off the riff, sis, you out of pocket as a woman. As a woman, you out of pocket, and we already know you a poor communicator because if you got riff and strife with Mrs. Gail, you would hit her up. I'm sure you have her number. You can hit her up because going to social media and getting everybody else assumptions on what your problem is poor communication. So we already know you ain't raised right. Now I don't know much about you, sis. But I can already tell your upbringing ain't real right, ain't real righteous because that's poor communication. You can hit her up. You can hit her up. And this is the shit that we want you guys to pay attention to. Pay attention to because how can we trust them if they don't trust each other? This is what they do to each other, bro. So you ain't man. And this is for my guys that be walking around here acting like they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Man, yes, they would, guys. They would.
When you're putting them in danger, it makes no sense. You're putting my brand in danger, and I'm not supposed to respond. I needed your address so I can send you guys cease and desist letters. I'm not playing with y'all. And Gail, I know you don't have the means, so you need to cut it out. Stop. Stop it. You're a one-person household living in an apartment. Stop. We're not the same, Gail. We're not the same. We're not.
Everybody up here and want to play the celebrity me against you joint. Like, can we at least get some money first? Can we all get some money first before we play this love and hip hop? I got beef with you, and now I'ma one up you, and I'ma, you know what I mean? Come on, like, come on now. And to this day, you're not gonna have a diss record. In fact, I got the response. I got Miss G's response, and you're gonna see it's way more tactful than this, which lets me know her journey is way more truthful. It gotta be more truthful because the most logical person in the room is the realest person in the room. The most practical person in the room is the most realest person in the room. And we learned that. We learned that. He said, I had a woman get mad at a waitress because she refilled my drink more than she did hers. Had a real deal attitude about it. It's crazy, guys. It's psychological. A lot of our sisters, a lot of our women, a lot of modern women, and it's not just the sisters, guys. Understand? To take it, my content is a template. I talk about what I'm around. I talk about, but it's modern women, bro. It's they are destroyed in the mind. For years, they've been fighting their biology versus what the devil, government Satan Zaddy, been telling them. And that right there causes the confusion, which they disguise as mental illness. But that's all that is. You know what I mean? That's unbelievable. But I can believe it.
And maybe you would have been married if you would have kept your mouth shut. That's why her name is Gail at night. She does things when everybody is asleep, where you can't respond. She used to be up all the way up to 2, 3 in the morning getting TikTok footage that we didn't ask her to get. She was just getting it. I have hours and hours and hours of footage of other women talking about other women. That's an obsession. I'm sorry, I don't live there. While she was doing that, I was catching other people besides Rhoda. Anybody that was following me, I got that chick who lied in Jersey. I got that chick who lied in Florida. I got that chick who lied in Chicago. I've done 4 other exposures since Rhoda in this month of October. So me and Gail are not the same. I don't stay stuck on one person. Then Gail did a community tab. If you look at Gail's community tab, she posted that Rhoda did a photo shoot. And because she showed the footage of Rhoda on video, that makes her better than me. I already posted that Rhoda did a photo shoot. And then she posted after me. Am I out there crying about it? So again, at the end of the day,
Something tells me that, sis, you running off with trying to be the ultimate prize winner. What and all Miss G asking for is you to give her the credit. She don't even want to be the ultimate prize winner. It sounds like she just asking you to give her the credit, but it sounds like this is what you get your fix on. Like you get your coochie wet, being the YouTube. I don't even know what the fuck to call you, but obviously, and this just sounds so familiar because I was just in a YouTube battle last year with the pedophile police. You know what I mean? The fellas that run around here and they got all sorts of stuff in their neighborhood that they can talk about in real life. But they run around here looking for YouTube drama to fucking research and dox. Like that's they call it doxing. You know what I mean? Like I don't play that game because the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth. I never worry about doxing. See, that's another reason why a lot of my black brothers are scared of the black woman. You know what I mean? Because they know the black woman, she got nothing but time on her hands, so she'll go play these freaky dox games. You're gonna have to make up a lie. I'm gonna tell you right now, sis, just get your lie ready because that's all you're gonna do when you try to dox me, Mr. Goodbread. You know what I mean? You just start making a lie because it's nothing. You find it's nothing. But this is sad that this is what it come to in our community. But then we'll distract each other, right? When us truth tellers start getting close, because the closer we get to the truth, the more pushback we get from those that benefit from the lies, right? So when we get to the truth, but the white man this is what the white man want us to do. This is what the white man want. So we know that this is what the white man want us to do, but y'all constantly tag team partnering up with the white man. You know what I mean? And again, it's 80% of our women. So if this is what the 80% of women will do to the 20% of women, 20%, my real sisters, can you see why the men are not having it? Can you see why this is why the message be the way the message is. And I understand because y'all share coochie, the common goal that y'all all got coochie, so you feel offended, like it make you feel, oh, he hate women. But no, man. The majority is wicked. We live in a democracy. Just remember that. We got my guy King Grove What's going on, King Grove, man? I know. What's going on, man?
Man, everything is everything, brother. Just had to brush my teeth and wipe a little bit of this titty milk off my top lip, you know.
Ah, my God, King Grove, always special. King Grove, we got a special one tonight, man. We got a special one tonight where we doing this something different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we holding down one of the sisters, one of the true sisters. You know they tell everybody, oh, Mr. Goodbread hate women, even though Mr. Goodbread got a whole girl, got a whole family, been real, always is real. You know what I mean? Got every single receipt that you need to get on here and tell the youth what he tell the youth. But in any event, it ain't about me tonight. It's about our sister queen, you know what I mean, Miss G. And I ain't never seen her carry herself like the woman that is attacking her right now.
You know, the funny thing about it, brother Bread, anybody with any damn common sense, a logical thinking motherfucker, anybody with emotional intelligence would know that Mr. Goodbread and the whole righteous sphere loves our sisters, and we love decent women who are in order. We just really don't like you roach, raggedy ass, brick baby type bitches. Church.
And what's crazy is those are the ones that's more attracted to the message than the sisters that we need to call them out. The sisters, I get why the right sisters be like, oh, I ain't messing with him, but you get why, and I also get why the sisters that need this work come and they do what Bronx Star do. Because now I'm convinced Bronx Star is not a dude. Bronx Star is definitely a female hiding behind a male's avatar. You know
Damn.
what I mean? So, but in any event, he know she know she need this work, and that's why they be over here. But it ain't about them tonight. It ain't about them tonight. It's about the disrespect between each other and the sisterhood. And we get to sit and eat our popcorn as men tonight and watch this. Cause it's a lot of us black brothers that we will cape for the wrong sister. I mean, think about it. If 10 of them was standing in front of us, only 2 of them is worth caping for. So this is why we be messed up half the time. This is why we always end up caping for the wrong sister. But trust and believe, there is 2 out of the 10 worth caping for. And tonight, I'm caping for 1 of the 2 out of the 10.
Hey, Gail, you're not going to win this. You can say you were against Rhoda from the beginning, but you weren't. I helped you with that. I stopped talking about Gail on Sunday of last week, and Gail has been talking about me every day since Sunday.
Of course, because you would want her to stop talking about you because you stole the shit. You stole the lady's shit, and now you want it to be quiet. You don't want nobody to say nothing so that you can sit there and get the dopamine hit to your head like a straight crackhead, bro. Straight crackheads.
She's showing personal emails and all these things to make it seem like I was crazy. I had Shauna on this same panel telling you guys that I called her too. It was 3-way calls that we did. So when I'm calling Gail and I already got Shauna on, it is going to look like I called Gail. But really, she was a part of a 3-way call. And every time I called her, it was me giving them information. Duh. We were on this case crazy. I'm not going to turn away and say I didn't call her. But to show people the first 3 digits of my area code like that's supposed to do something, I have your whole government number, Gail. You can show them my whole government number. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What is that going to do? You're the one that's going to be scared, not me. I don't care.
I doubt
I
she would
don't
do
care.
that.
I have several numbers. I have several numbers because of what I do. I do have several numbers. So again, I'm not going to sit up here and go back and forth with a person that's not on the same level as me. That's all I'm saying, guys. At the end of the day, people do come in different forms and they try to make you think that they're cool with you, but they're not. I learned a valuable lesson. You know, I didn't think that Gail was going to be this type of person, being that she's older. I thought she had wisdom, class, and she doesn't. She's very, very messy. She's like these messy 90s babies that I be dealing with. And yet this woman's a 70s baby acting like a fucking fool. Gail's older than my oldest sister. That's how old Gail is. And you're acting like this? My sister will put hands on you, Gail.
So that tells us. So now I didn't bash this woman when I said her upbringing. When I caught the other clue, the red flag that she threw earlier in her in her dialogue, right? I did not bash this woman because you heard what she just said, bro. You heard what she said. If her sister is as old as Mrs. Gale and she's not as feminine as Mrs. Gale because she will put hands on Mrs. Gale, then that lets you know they had a hell of a mother at the head of that household. They had an aggressive, masculine black woman at the head of that household teaching them violence. Teaching them violence. Them kids woke up on eggshell every morning. Just take notes, guys. Take notes. That's what we here to do. We here to extract information. And this real life. This real life. This her mindset in real life.
Watch your fucking mouth. Leave me alone. You have a daughter and you are a piece of shit for a mother. Because no mother should be talking about somebody else and putting their family in danger because they can't shut the fuck up. That's real talk. You're a fucking mother. You're a baby mama and you're acting like a little kid. You are too old for this, Gail. Too old for this. I would be ashamed to be your daughter. You're representing your daughter in the wrong light. You should be a great mother to her instead of a piece of shit online. You're happy about being a number one moderator, but you're at the low of the totem pole when it comes to being a mother. You should be happy about being a mother, not a fucking moderator. But we see where your priorities are at. You want people to praise you for being an assistant? Do better, Gail. Do better. Your daughter's life depends on how you treat people. You never know who you might come across. And these pages that you screwed over, you better watch your mouth. The way you talked about Mike TV is the same way you're talking about me. So this is nothing new. People drop you from being a mod and then you become the devil. She's the person you got to watch when it comes to getting close to people. She will lie. At the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. So, guys, you heard Prophet give Gary, I think right now he has like 17 hours. We'll see where that goes. I'm telling you guys, I already know the kind of person Gary is. He ain't going to do shit. He's not going to take it away. He would rather risk his livelihood because he's prideful. That's what those men do. They think that the shit that me and Prophet talk about is fake. Y'all saw what I did with Rhoda. I gave you guys proof that I was contacting these people. I've gotten a lot of people fired. It's not hard. I've had a lot of people pull away from other people because of their actions.
So she's admitting that she's just the author of destruction, the author of chaos. King Grove, man, you kind of quiet on me, man. What happened? King Grove is in disbelief. What's going on, King Grove? You never had a lost the words.
No, I mean, I'm just listening to that shit. That shit just sound mad aggressive. You know what I'm talking about? That's damn. I mean, that shit. We kind of. I'm getting a lot of masculine vibes there, homie. Like that shit. And it make me very sad in pants. You know what I'm talking about? Straight
Your
up.
actions come with a reaction. The reaction that you put out there about me, saying that I'm a fake guru, it comes with consequences. That's where the accountability comes in, Gary. Okay? So yeah, they must have deleted their channel. Jesse Jim, what do you mean? It's not there? No, Slick Man. Prophet is not a mod. No. Prophet is not a mod. He's a really good friend of mine. I wouldn't make him a mod because he has his own channel. If you guys want to follow him, Prophet on TikTok, him and Flo, FLO on TikTok. These guys, they expose bad parents, cops. They try to find missing people. If you guys watch Gail's page, she'll post a missing person, but that's it on her community chat. Why not do a video and tell people the details of that missing person? Posting it on your community chat. What if everybody don't have YouTube? So that should tell you what kind of person Gail is. Why the
No, that just tell you that it's not that serious. She just want to bring awareness. Like you're the one that want to get deep into the dirt and deep in people's business, like cleat shoes, and then you don't even have the information. You don't even have the resources to do the actual research. You stealing other people's research, man. That is weird. Like that shit weird to me, bro. That shit weird. You almost had me too, sis. She almost had me, bro.
The fuck would you post it on your community chat like everybody has YouTube? Post it on Facebook. Do a video of this person missing. Give us some more facts about this person. How are you gonna help them if it's on a community chat? So like I said, guys, I don't do that. Nancy, my birthday is next Saturday.
You see how the devil worked though, bro? And the devil disguised they help. They disguise their destruction as help too. Now, how is you claiming to help somebody while you tear somebody down? Like that delusional. Delusional, yo. It was it for me, right? When she said because I get people fired all of the time. When she said that, I was done. I was done. So you ain't for the community. How can you claim to help the community? You just as good as government Satan's daddy. You just as good as government Satan's daddy.
Next Saturday, the 28th. This is my birthday month. I'm supposed to be enjoying this. But y'all know how this happens. Y'all know how this go. Anyways, guys, I'm about to wrap up. I want to say, guys, thank you for this. I put this show out there 30 minutes before the show. Nobody knew I was having this show. I just made it. These last minute shows, y'all still show up.
There's a lot of mental illness right there, homie.
You see it, Rob?
Bro, there's a lot of delusional shit, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of jealousy there, you know. That bitch has what we call an inferiority complex.
Bingo.
For me, I appreciate that. I only did it because when I was sent Gary's that video, and then someone told me it's on Gail's community tab. I missed it. I don't know how I didn't see it, but it's there. So again, Gail is doing whatever she can to destroy me and my character. She is a mod on this guy's page, so it all made sense. If you look at this, if you listen to the video, you'll see he highlighted a bunch of her comments. So yeah, that's where we at, guys. Daphne, my birthday is in my.
How do they start off the way they start off? How do they introduction be so gangster and then they turn into a victim? Like, how do your intro be gangster and then your conclusion be victim? I never understood that one right there.
See that, and that's when you trying to, you know, the duality of it. You trying to walk the fine line. That's why we call them the damn hyena clan. You know, the hyena is the only animal. The female tries to lead the pack by, you know, one of her organs pops out, and it's a fake penis to fool people, so people can think she's supposed to be the king of the tribe with this fake ass penis. The only difference is a real male hyena. His penis has a use. God created every animal, male animal, have a penis for a use, for reproduction and for humans reproduction, and I guess relief, stress release, whatever. Some of these women think they really got, you know what I'm saying? They showing their penis, and it's like, bitch, you ain't supposed to have that. But then when shit get real, they want to fall back on, be nice to me, send me a cash app or a gift for my birthday. Nah, bitch, you was a whole grown man a minute ago. Don't soften that shit up now. You feel me? We don't do that shit over here, bro. You no, hell no. Church.
Yes. And yo, listen, bro, this is why they say bad company causes bad morale. And you gotta vet these people, y'all. You gotta vet these people. You see, this is one thing I learned about the sisterhood, and this is why a lot of women don't excel and they don't move ahead. The sisterhood is they use too much of that nurturing vibe because they all women, and nurture is full of lies. You know what I mean? Nurture is I'ma protect your feelings. I'ma protect your feelings. So I will lie to you if that means to make you feel okay. It's too much. I'd rather be liked than successful in the sisterhood. I always noticed that. I noticed that when I was young. I noticed when I was young how the sisterhood is fake. Like you can see it now, like that, like come on, man. Like the sisterhood be mad fake, and compared to the brotherhood, the sisterhood be wild fake. You see the chicks be that with that pack they face with all that dumb makeup, and to where they be discolored and their neck don't even match their face, and then they go walk right past the sister in the sisterhood, and she'll be like, "Oh, you look beautiful," and that should be the biggest lie ever. Like even and us dudes, we don't do it like that, bro. We be ready to rib on the dude as soon let a dude start come outside looking foolish, bro. Soon as he get outside and we could see him, B, we already we start the jokes from before he even get to us. And that's one of the biggest differences. And guys, yo, the truth is God. The truth is love, bro. We got to start embracing the truth. We got to come from behind the mask and embrace the truth.
Profile October. Yeah, you're in October, the 30th. Okay. Yeah, Norma, I agree.
Wow.
I agree. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm going through. I want to say thank you guys for believing the facts and not believing someone that's saying their license, and because they're licensed, that gives them a right to lie on me. I just want you guys to know that my mother was a wonderful person. She was one that didn't hold back either. She would tell you what it is. She wasn't no fake person. She wouldn't be your friend if she knew you were full of shit. She would tell you were full of shit. And my mom was a soldier. She was strong. My mother lived for 2 years, paralyzed from the neck down, like Christopher Reeves, Superman. And the average lifespan for a woman that is a quadriplegic is 5 years. My mom lived 2. I never had a strained relationship with my mother. I was her pill lady. I gave her up to 15 to 18 different pills, depending on the day. And I was handling her medications at 13 years old. I was handling pills that could have killed her. That's the kind of daughter I was. She trusted me. I was the baby out of the girls, and that was my job. I never had a strained relationship with my mother. Never did. My mother was 39 years old when she died. She was young. But the relationship was never strained. I watched my dad love her to her last day on this earth. My dad was right there. My dad would go to work for 12 hours, come back, and love my mom and never complain. And she knew my dad loved her.
You was in charge of all of them pills though, ma'am. You're in charge of all of them important pills, but your dad there and you young. You're a little girl, cause your mom 39. Know what I mean? So that means you're a little girl and your dad is in the picture and you responsible for all them important pills. I don't know, but I don't know. She been earned one of these.
You dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies!
They're marigolds!
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one! You dirty...
To death. I saw real love when I saw how my father cared for my mother. I saw that. There was never a strain. I had a wonderful childhood. I wouldn't take nothing back. It made me strong today. And I never once said I was better than anybody. But I had suffered a lot as a child. Losing your mother and then losing your grandmother on your mother's birthday the next year, and then your uncle dying like that shortly after of an overdose. You see things like that as a kid, and you still don't get help. Then you have a coach that didn't like you and knew that you were going to be a star.
Hold
knew
up.
that you were going to
Hold
get
up.
accepted to a lot of D1 colleges.
Hold the front door. Now look, I'm trying to have a little sympathy for her talking about her mama dying and the pills and the daddy and the grandma, and it was on the birthday and the fucking biscuits didn't rise and all this other silly shit. But then when you know what I'm talking about, get to my coach didn't like me, motherfucker, whose coach does like him? It ain't a coach's job to like you. A coach is supposed to motivate you to be better, to be the best. You're supposed to hate your damn coach, but you're supposed to win, my nigga. You're supposed to fucking win. And I got to do it, good bread. I got to do it for this bullshit, man. Hold up.
Enough is enough.
Enough.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
You know what I'm talking about, man?
Boy, I told you it went from brave and strong and independent to victim. That introduction ain't matching this conclusion now. She hooked us in. She was talking about her sister putting hands on the virtuous Mrs. G and all types of shit. She was talking about addresses and the men and this and that and now it's I'm a victim.
basketball away from you your last year because she was jealous of you. But it's okay. I learned from that. I had a therapist and a life coach. My life coach was more personal than my therapist. My therapist would say, oh, do these hours, you can't do this and do that. Okay. But the life coach was there. The life coach was there. And I don't even know if that person went to school for it, but they called himself a coach. You feel me? I didn't care. The way they made me feel, it worked. It kept me from losing my head. I had people in my life every day that were life coaches and want to be. And you have some people that would want to be therapists, trying to tell you what they think from their point of view, and they didn't know shit. Right? I had people in my life that was there for me. All those traumas I dealt with. Then after dealing with all that, you're in an abusive relationship. So all the things that I went through is why I'm strong today. Is why I can tell people my experience. And I'm not saying it to say.
Sis, can I tell you a secret? You still got those things, all those things that you talked about. And I'm sorry, you better go see about yourself because it's displaying. That hurt is displaying. And hurt people hurt people. That's why you hell bent on trying to hurt Miss G. And it ain't even that serious, sis. You hell bent on trying to hurt anybody that got something to tell you. That's right. Sad, yo, sad shit. But you better go see about that. Because identifying it is just the beginning. That's just the first step. Now go see about yourself, bro. Sis.
Say I'm better than you. I want you to know I lived there too. I used to live there too. I don't live there anymore. I left. I'm in a new space in my life. So sometimes when you're talking to your clients and you tell them a little bit about your life, it helps build that rapport. So they know that you are just like them. I'm not better than you because I have 4 college degrees. I'm still human. If you cut me, I promise you I'm going to bleed too. Because you got people with all these credentials that don't know shit, that still report the wrong information. And then you start to question, well, did you really? I mean, Rhoda was going for a PhD. And look at the scam she ran on people. So is she better because she almost had a PhD? Just because you have a license or a degree don't make you better than somebody else. It's how you use it that makes you a good person. But if you're using your license to talk about evil and to talk about people in a negative light, then what are you really doing, sir? You feel me? That's all I'm saying, guys. I didn't know who Gary was after today. Yesterday, I didn't know who he was. I knew who he was today. That's why I did this last minute show. So to those who stuck on and listened, I just want you guys to know that I never come off as being a licensed therapist. I've always said I am a life coach. I cannot diagnose. I can recommend. I always say that. I always say that. If it's something beyond my scope, I will recommend. I've always said that. But he never played that clip.
YouTube out of control, bro. YouTube out of control, bro. I swear, YouTube out of control. Anybody can just come on here and call themselves anything. Call yourself whatever. You can just create your avatar at 99 and be whatever. Know what I mean? That is crazy, bro. Y'all, remember, y'all gotta watch what y'all intake, yo. You are what you eat, yo. You are what you eat. And I ain't talking about food. What you intake is as in information, bro. Watch your diet, bro. Watch your diet. Don't be sucking in all this mid-range dessert. You know what I mean? Get to some facts. Get to some truth, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Those that's new over here, subscribe. That's all we do over here. All we do is call out inconsistencies and dummies. And I'm creative with it. Tonight, I ain't even curse as much. But normally, I'll be cursing. Because this is a space. This is a man's space. This is one of the last few spots on YouTube that is not compromised. We get to do whatever we want as long as it's respectful and you're not hurting yourself or anybody. But we curse, we yell, scream, shout, we break the glass, you know what I mean? We carve the wood, we do all of that so that we get it out of our system and go into this worldly world and be all right. The last space, we not compromised.
He was only looking for clips to kind of make it seem like I'm evil. Y'all know I'm not evil. Y'all know I'm a good person, right?
You can't tell us that. You gonna get the credit you do for what you do. And this wasn't respectful at all, ma'am. This bitch, Who you think? See what I mean? You think you could tell us this is that new vibe, this that witchcraft shit where they think they could tell you who they are when they actions show you what they are, guys. See, good thing we've been on this. This is why I say you new fellas that's in here, subscribe, because this is what we do. We see her like we see her coming. We see women like this all the time. You gonna try to tell us what you are when we see who you are. Get out of here.
I just know that there's people that I speak to now that went through so many therapists and they didn't get nothing out of it. But out of my first session, they feel new, and you don't even feel, you're not supposed to feel new after the first one. It takes a while. So I'm just saying, guys, just because they have a license and they're in therapy doesn't mean that they're great. If he has all these credentials, why doesn't he have a bigger reach? Come on, guys. Am I speaking to myself? Thank you too, Steven. I mean, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Slick Man, Steven, Norma, JJ, thank you guys. Because they look at y'all like you guys are these
JJ.
crazy people that would kill for me. I don't need.
I hope that ain't who I think that is.
Did she? No, she didn't. No, she ain't. That's not JJ. That can't be
Nah,
JJ.
nah, man.
Back. Rewind.
Norma, JJ, thank you guys. Because
oh man,
it's some other nigga, bro. It can't be him, man. It can't be. I know he ain't go out like that, bro. We'll just there's no evidence. You know what I mean? If it don't fit, we gotta quit, man. That's crazy. I know he ain't go over there because she talking a bunch of bullshit. And if you notice, you know what I mean, how she's trying to give shout outs to the people in the comments, like you could tell by the way she talking, she don't believe what the fuck she's saying. So she need them people in the comments to validate her bullshit so she can believe this make-believe land in her mind actually exists in the real world. And she know the fuck it don't. Church.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And I'm with you on that. And it's facts. Theo Burton says, I think we as people overthink others by the way they express themselves. Just because you feel some way doesn't mean it's correct. And he's absolutely right, yo. Our perspective is our perspective. And then some people, it goes back to communication, guys. Remember, it goes back to communication. A lot of people don't know how to crisply, clearly get their perspective across. Then there's a lot of people that feel they can't rock with you if you don't have their perspective. So it just comes down to communication. And it's not about right or wrong. It's about understanding. Just having an understanding.
they look at y'all like you guys are these crazy people that would kill for me. I don't need anyone that follows me to do anything like that for me. I got a team that will handle the legal stuff, handle the things if my life is being threatened. I have a team. I'm not scared. I feel bad for those people who keep thinking they can play with me. I do, because they don't know what they're getting into. But if I'm a fake and I'm a fraud, why are you giving this fraud so much energy? Him saying he's going to report me, I'm not going anywhere. I promise you guys, I'm not going anywhere because I haven't done anything wrong. So if you want to make a threat to try to ruin my livelihood, bring it. I promise you, Gary, you have more to lose than me.
They never do anything wrong, bro.
I promise you have more to lose than me. I promise. That MVP program you got, it will go right down into the shits. Fucking with me.
Yo,
because someone that says that they're an advocate and a therapist and they're talking down on a black woman and bringing up her dead mother, I'm sure your client.
That's crazy right there. You see how she go straight victim mode and she know how to go straight black woman talking down on the black woman. But what happened with the teamwork, sis? Like,
no.
Yo, demon.
Yeah,
And
that's
she I'm looking at her right now and I'm looking at this avatar. This avatar look familiar. Look like I Summer Jam screened her one time too. She looked like she was a Summer Jam victim, a Summer Jam screen victim.
Will be like,
let me see what she look like.
We're good.
I'm gonna show you when we get off because I didn't want to. I had to pull it in the
because
back.
That's gonna bring negative energy your way, and you're supposed to be helping us. That's how people look at life. So what Gary did was he put his foot in his own mouth. That's all he did. So yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say. I want to tell you guys thank you, and thank you to those who said, we know the truth, so we're not going to entertain it.
Wait,
I
so
appreciate
right
that.
now,
Just
and
know
what's
that
right,
Gail
you
at
know
night
what's
is doing everything.
and what's crazy right now? She coming at a licensed therapist. Like the dude got a license, a whole license. Instead of attacking that man, you need to go lay down on that man's couch, yo. Remember, let's normalize fixing ourselves. Let's normalize fixing our shit, yo. What the hell, yo?
You can't fix perfection. That's these bitches think they perfect, man.
That's crazy. How you coming out of man? Incredible, bro.
So you
Let's get
traumatized, you're a hurt, battered woman, your mind is fucked up because of all the trauma you've been through in one mouth, and then 30 seconds later, you're perfection of womanhood. Get the fuck out of here, man.
what the hell happened here? Yo, we good? Everybody here? We got my guy Nelson in the class.
Yeah, what's going on? I just wanted to give a shout out to Gail. So the person that you're reviewing now, the person she's talking about throughout that video is me. I'm the licensed professional counselor that she decided to attack. And the program that she had mentioned just a second ago was the MVP program. That's a program that I created inside of a majority black high school that gives free counseling and youth development services to all the kids inside of the school for free. So I have programs throughout my state that I'm running that gives all these kids free counseling, as well as in the evening I do counseling for people in my community that can't really afford to go to therapy. So I had to take a lot of my stuff down because she mentioned inside of her video that in her live stream that I have a lot more to lose than she does, and she's actually right about that, because I have businesses across the state and I have programs that I have to run and make sure that my kids are all right. So what she did was incredibly dangerous. So what she's not saying inside of her live streams is that she's actually in a lot of trouble right now. So she's actually about to stand trial for what she did to me, and also what she has done to Gail. She's not letting her subscribers know that, but she is actually she's going to court in the next couple of weeks because she decided to run her mouth and threaten people's lives, dox people, put people's personal information out on the internet. And then you guys are seeing on this live stream, she does that and then she plays victim. So she's going between playing the victim to going on the attack. And she feels like I don't know what empowered her to think that she's, going to be able to get away with it. But, this is the state that she's in now. She's just not letting her subscribers know that she's actually in trouble.
Oh man, yo. So she's the low budget Tasha K. See what happened, yo? This is what I mean by they see it and then they like it and then they go copy it, but they don't understand what these people, what they go through to have what they have. Now this is a low budget Tasha K move right here.
Yeah, and Gail, like anybody that knows Gail, I don't know if she's your mod or not, but Gail's the nicest person in the world. She's never done anything to anyone. She's never done anything to me. Like I've never seen her out of pocket in any case scenario. For her to be going live threatening Gail, talking about Gail's daughter, filing false police reports against her, like I've never seen anything like this happen for. Like it's the purest form of, it's evil. Like there's nothing, there's no other word that can describe what she's doing other than it's pure evil.
I absolutely agree with that on every level. I have never, ever. So man, now let's get to what. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you got some time. I just want to get to a video that Miss G made, which was very, very, very informative and had a lot of receipts. And I mean, I'm not in this area. This is not my area of expertise. But
In this video, I will be reviewing a fraud report. The fraud report that Celebrity Podcast claimed aided in Rhoda Osmond receiving felony charges. Her comment here that was pinned by MTR says, there are women out there sending Rhoda information about me that is inaccurate. I knew this would happen. Just know I didn't lie, and my fraud report aided in her felony warrant. I posted this on my community tab, but believe it may have been hard to understand, so I decided to do a video to walk you through it. This is actually the second page of the police report that Celebrity Podcast made against Rhoda. Several people report the GoFundMe through GoFundMe, whether they donated or not. So that couldn't be the fraud report she's talking about. This is the fraud report that she made on September the 15th, 2023. However, when she posted it, she only shared the first page, not the second page. If you can remember Rhoda, her police report, it had the location, I think maybe her phone number, her name, date of birth, her address, all that information on it. But in the summary is the meat of the report. It is the information the investigators would need to start their investigation. As you can remember, Rhoda's report was blank in that area, correct? To me, in my opinion, this is similar, because this report talks more about the queen of accountability herself, not about the crime or how she was affected by the crime, because she's not a fraud victim. Fraud victims can file fraud reports.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Because they were affected. But she's not a fraud victim. And those who donated to Rhoda's GoFundMe could just report it as fraud and get their money back, because they don't want any chargebacks. Let's read this police report. On 9/15/2023 at 11:28 hours, I was dispatched for a fraud report, later classified as a suspicious situation report. Notice that. A fraud report that was later reclassified as a suspicious situation report. Upon my arrival, I met with Daphne Sutton, who related the following to me in summary. Daphne advised she is very active on social media, particularly in that she exposes the truth on fraudulent GoFundMe accounts. Daphne advised to the date she has proven 11 GoFundMe accounts to be fraudulent, and they have been taken down. Daphne came across a GoFundMe account for a woman named Rhoda Osmond in Houston, Texas, that has raised over $42,000 after a video about the incident had gone viral on TikTok. Rhoda claims to have been assaulted by an unknown black male who struck her in the face with either a rock or a brick when he asked for her phone number, and she declined. Most of what's in here is irrelevant. What they needed to know is Rhoda, the GoFundMe is fraudulent, and why you think the GoFundMe is a fraudulent GoFundMe. Not a resume about what you do on social media. But why did she leave out page 2? Page 2 of that same police report. Notice that she covered the actual case number, but it's the exact same police report. You see the officer's name, the date, the time, all that's the same. Bartlett, Illinois. And they redacted some of the information right above what the police officer said. Let's see if I can enlarge it a little bit. It says the Bartlett Police Department would have no jurisdiction in the fraud case, but I told her I would be happy to document the incident for her. I provided Daphne with my name, phone number, and the report number, and encouraged her to contact me with any questions or concerns. I also advised Daphne how to request a copy of the report through a FOAI request. Now, notice where it says, I would be happy to document the incident. It didn't go anywhere. The police stated that they would document it as they do everything because they have to. If you prank call 911, they have to come out and document that incident, saying it was a prank call. And if they spoke with anyone, they will document whatever they say, file away, and move on. If you call the police about a fight, but decide to change your mind once they get there, they still have to document that incident. It will be filed away for you and your records and their records, and that's it. Nothing else happens after that. So this report stayed in Bartlett, Illinois. What do you see in this quote-unquote fraud report that was later reclassified as a suspicious situation report that could be used against Rhoda? Talking about yourself doesn't help the case. Now let's take a quick glance at this article from click2houston.com. It says, TikToker provides police information on Osmond's false claims, past alleged scams.
This must be the article that got her that little crack hit. This was what she did it for, just so she could see her name in lights. And it's sad because they said TikToker. They didn't even give her. That means not like they said her name.
During the investigation, detectives said they received a call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok.
There you go. There you go. There you go. She did it for that. She did it for that. Her name to be in the lights.
Who believed Osmond was conducting a scam because of a similar situation that happened in Minneapolis in 2020. She reportedly provided detectives with another GoFundMe account that was created by or for Osmond in 2020 with the same narrative of a black man hitting her. All right, so let's check this out. This is an email that I sent to Daphne Sutton on September the 18th. Here's her email address. The the title was SS per your request. And that means screenshot per your request. This was sent to her after her and I had a StreamYard meeting because I had found some information regarding this case that I thought would be helpful.
There it is. So she took the information and ran and got her name put in lights and didn't give no credit, yo. Sad, yo. She did the white supremacy. She did the same shit that white supremacy been doing for years.
It says, we know Rhoda has been arrested for doing sex work. I wonder if Lucina is running some type of sex work organization, covering it up with this innocent organization called My Generation. She also identifies as a queer Black Muslim woman. It appears that not only is this organization linked to sex work, but many of the people I found associated with it are also queer, disabled, queer Black Muslim, or Black trans sex workers. Rhoda claimed to be a
Okay, no, wait a minute. Black and queer, there's a lot of that going on. So, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But queer and Muslim, that's like a vegan eating an all steak and pork chop diet, bruh. Fuck out of here. Don't you know they throw y'all off of buildings in most countries? Them two Black bitches went to Saudi Arabia and find out, bro. You cannot be a part of Islam and be living the alphabet lifestyle, bro. Just don't go. You can live an alphabet lifestyle in America. You're free to do that if that's what you want to do. But you cannot be a part of Islam and be part of that community. You can't. They consider it an abomination. You know what I mean? So they don't allow degenerate shit. They don't. So motherfuckers can claim to be whatever they want to be. I could claim to be Barack Obama. If somebody believe it, that's on them. Church,
bro. I guess he had to go. No, Nelson had to go. So thanks for coming out, Nels.
lesbian, Black Muslim, refugee, etc. And I was wondering if she was just using that to get resources from My Generation, and or if she is one of the founders. It's funny that Lucina never gave the name of the other two founders in any articles I read. Is she putting them to work while she herself keeps a clean record and serves as the face of My Generation? Lucina is in her 20s, quite young. And this is a screenshot that I attached. These are two articles on Lucina talking about My Generation, herself and her life as a Black queer Muslim refugee. This is an actual screenshot as well of a post that was made on Facebook. Because if you remember the 2020 GoFundMe that Rhoda created, or someone created, actually, if you look at the GoFundMe that Rhoda created in 2020, it says it was created by My Generation. And Rhoda Osmond is listed as the beneficiary. Of that particular GoFundMe. This is how I investigate. We brought up the previous 2020 GoFundMe, but we failed to mention the other name attached to it. I made a video about this that I will drop in the description or the comments for you to view. Since we are using the 2020 GoFundMe against Rhoda, it would be thorough to see other names linked. Other names that are linked could also be involved. We know the stories are similar. And in this case, well, Lucina checked out, in my opinion. It didn't look like she was associating with Rhoda at the time of my investigation for this 2023 GoFundMe. Also, in the Instagram DM between myself and Daphne Sutton, on September 9th, I shared the video from 2020 that Rhoda made that was very similar almost a copy paste of her 2023 rant, claiming to have been abused by a man or attacked by a black man. And these are other links to other GoFundMes that I also found while investigating the 2023 GoFundMe. Now, I sent these links to Daphne of these GoFundMes and a quick note of what I noticed immediately, but she never mentioned these other GoFundMes that I sent to her. Let's move on to my next point in the article, where Daphne stated that Rhoda Osmond's friends and ex-roommate reached out to her to provide a statement. That's a lie. No one reached out to her. Daphne doesn't even know how to talk to people. She called one of Olin Douglas's family members with all four of us on the phone screaming, telling them that Olin had a hit out on them. And that lady didn't know us or how we even found her phone number.
And we seen that to be true by the way she started her introduction on her video, how she's just belligerent.
Anyway, if it wasn't for Shauna Ward, the one Daphne calls high-calorie, old, bitter, and all kind of other names, if it wasn't for Shauna Ward, Daphne would not have gotten that interview with Rachel Moe or Stephen, Rhoda's ex-fiance. Shauna Ward hooked that up. As a matter of fact, Shauna Ward was the first person to even interview Rachel Moe. Rachel Moe is Rhoda's ex-friend. Rachel Moe is not pictured in this particular screenshot. She didn't have a picture up, but we see Shauna here on the panel. And you see me over here moderating. And even my moderating skills was minimized by Daphne. See, this is a typical hyena behavior. When you fall out, they want to minimize all your work and all your effort. I didn't ask to be a moderator. If all I do is say hit the like button, I didn't need a wrench to do that. But clearly here, you can see I wasn't just saying hit the like button. I was sharing all her social media links, her website link, which is a t-shirt link, not a mental health link. It just says mental health in the title, but she sells t-shirts. And her link to her social media. Instagram, Facebook, whatever she had. And those who I moderate for, they know what I do. So I didn't need her approval of my work. And just a quick note for a correction to be made. The department stated that the last contact officers had with Osmond was in 2012 for public lewdness and disorderly conduct. The actual year was 2022. I believe it was November 2022 was her last arrest in Houston, not 2012. So that needs to be corrected. I also found Kiara Davis and her information, but I didn't share that with Daphne or anyone else that's outside of law enforcement.
That's why her name is Gail at night. She does things when everybody is asleep, where you can't respond. She used to be up all the way up to 2, 3 in the morning getting TikTok footage that we didn't ask her to get. She was just getting it.
So
you did more than anyone. I mean, you have. You've done more than anyone, Gail. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have passive and stuff. I wasn't on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nasty work, yo. That's nasty work on the remix right there. That's how you catch a fraud right there, boy.
Lord have mercy.
She just went from saying, yo, you heard that? You heard that, King Road?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, sir.
I didn't share that with Daphne or anyone else that's outside of law enforcement.
That's why her name is Gail at night. She does things when everybody is asleep, where you can't respond. She used to be up all the way up to 2, 3 in the morning getting TikTok footage that we didn't ask her to get. She was just getting it.
So
you did more than anyone. I mean, you have. You've done more than anyone. for you, I wouldn't have passive and stuff. I wasn't on there.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Like I said, if it wasn't for you, Gail, I wouldn't have had that information.
You know, she looked like the type that'll hold a nigga hostage with some dick.
Yes. Yes.
You know, America's worst nightmare in this motherfucker.
Very manipulative. Very manipulative.
In closing, Daphne Sutton did not do this alone. Shout out to Rachel Moe, who was Rhoda's friend, now ex-friend. She knew Rhoda personally.
Shout out
and
to Rachel
knew
Moe.
of her previous behaviors. She played a huge part in getting us to understand who Rhoda is. Shout out to Shauna Ward for her investigative skills, her research skills as well.
Shout out to
And her
Shauna
interview
Ward.
skills. Shauna has really great interviewing skills. So she played a big part in this investigation, as well as myself, Gail at Night. And those TikTok videos, no one else has that information but me, Gail at Night.
Yo, good bread.
Yes, sir.
I'm starting to see a pattern with these fakers, man, with these, you know what I'm saying, false allegation, racial crime, hate crime people. I'm starting to see a pattern, bro. You feel me? Because we on YouTube, I can't say it. I know you see it, but I'm starting to see a pattern, bro.
Yes, sir.
Church.
Man. So, y'all, let's get into, let's tie it all together, guys, because I need y'all to understand that I got a challenge out. Remember, I still got the $500 Cash App challenge because I challenged any woman that could name 3 women where a man tore their life down. A man single-handedly tore their life down, because when we did the intro, remember the intro where love tell y'all it already be in them with these women. When they hear that kind of content and they hear that kind of truth, they quick to say, and the man do that too. But clearly we see that not only will these modern women tear down the man, they'll tear the sister down too. So I'm still gonna challenge the ladies that like to detract from my message. Can you name the women that have been teared down by a man? You know what I mean? Since every time you hear some truth about a woman, you want to associate it to a man. But the men too, when we're in a society that don't hold men and women to the same standards. So it's not but the man too. You know what I mean? Guys, we have to really get to know ourselves, learn ourselves so that we can set boundaries and stand on it. Because it's a lot. The majority of people in this world will do it. We sit, and all of us, because sometimes I'll be wanting to be like, dag, why the world got to be so messed up? I wish it was like this. And you know what I mean? It'd be so messed up all the time. You just be wanting to go into your own what it should be. It ain't that. And you got to realize and face the reality, guys. And you got to protect yourself. And it start with you coming up out of delusion. Stop playing let's pretend with these people, because they will do it to you. You know what I mean? Learn yourself. Learn yourself so you know when somebody is being phony with you. You know what I mean? It's not cool to be phony with somebody just so that they could be phony back. And that's what this society has come to. It come to people is only friends now because they have a common enemy. They don't vet each other. They just have one common enemy. People is together in relationships because of one common enemy, sex. They both like unprotected sex. They don't know a thing about each other but sex. Guys, start getting into that relationship with yourself so you learn and have true value. All right, y'all? But there's a story in the Bible that puts this whole thing together. Play the rest, Mr. Goodbread. Oh, I gotta go back. All right, hold on. I'll go back. But yeah, before we go today, guys, there's a story in the Bible that lets us know it's gonna always be a lie. It's always gonna come down to a lie between a woman, and it starts with woman on woman, guys. The first paternity test in the Bible in the history of man was between a woman, guys. Two women. Man wasn't even in the picture, guys. Man was not even in the picture, guys. One lie of ruin society, guys. Remember that. Men, we ruin individuals. I'm not gonna sit here and play like men is an angel. Men ain't no goddamn angel. Men hurt other men and hurt other women. You know what I mean? And sometimes children, right? But women, they hurt generations to come. Generations. So we all gotta play our part. We all gotta play our part. But hold on, let me get back to that.
That information wasn't me. Yell at night. We all had a feeling she was going to do this. Toward the end of the investigation, she started alienating all three of us against each other. And we later found out what was going on. So we kind of figured she was going to submit all the information over to the detective and not ever mention us. And we see that's what happened. She didn't mention anybody but herself. But no shade.
See, that's that Lord, and that's that Proverbs 31 in your Miss G. That's that Proverbs 31 and all of the women that we just clapped for. Because remember the video we played yesterday where the sister said something about those people, those God-fearing fellas, something about those God-fearing, where they know. You could see it coming. You could see a slickster a mile away when you covered in the cloth, when you just believe. You ain't got to be no church going. And that's nothing. No offense to those that do. Know what I mean? Do your thing. Know what I mean? But you don't gotta look the part because a liar don't have a look and a truth teller don't have a look. All right, guys? We gotta get out of that look shit where we paint a look, we put a look on somebody and be like, all right, yeah, they the truth because they look like this.
Being the loudest does not mean you did the most. To be honest, she did the very least. All she was doing was making tons of phone calls, getting on people's nerves as if she was somebody's boss. After we had already sent over the information that we did the actual work. What she did was made a bunch of phone calls, and that's what you saw. Phone calls. After we did the work, sending it over to her for her to forward it over to them. It is what it is. This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and set the bell to all. Let's get it right. That's right.
And that's crazy. Even in her rebuttal or even in her attack, she remained graceful and tasteful, right? Even in her defending herself, she didn't have to go all ignorant, you know what I mean? You see, it's the aura, guys. That's what we teach. We teach the aura. You could tell a 304, a Proverbs 7 from a Proverbs 31. Real simple, guys. It's the aura. Now that was very graceful and tasteful and factual. King Bro, what you got?
I mean, I heard a sister talking, sounded like a very decent, honorable, intelligent, eloquent sister. The kind of female that any man of any race would like to be dealing with. Like relationship wise, sexually, or just engaging in a pleasant conversation. Somebody who's gonna make the world a better place. But that other thing, that critter, you know what I mean? They used to do shit to motherfuckers like that. They used to call them a witch. And we know what happened at them Salem witch trials. Church.
Facts. All right, guys. So I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. This is about 8 minutes. I ain't gonna cut into it too much, but I gotta bring it on home and tie it in, guys. You know what I mean? Because there's always three sides to every story. Her side, and then it's the truth. All right? Let's get it, guys.
There are many figures in the Old Testament who are considered to be wise, but one character from the Holy Scriptures that stands out when we think of wise men is none other than the wise King Solomon, a man who is credited with unifying Israel under peace, stabilizing the economy, and building some truly magnificent structures. But like all good things, Solomon would eventually be lured away from the blessings his God had given him, and would soon stray under the pressures of his own moral temptations. For the purpose of this video though, we'll be looking at Solomon's early days, and in the infancy of his rule, where he first gained his reputation as a wise king. Solomon is described as always having been blessed and loved by God, even as a baby, given that he is considered to have been a peace offering from God to King David, after God killed David's firstborn child, having conceived the child in an adulterous relationship. Despite having 6 older half-brothers, King David was convinced by his wife, Bathsheba, and the prophet Nathan, who was said to have raised Solomon while the king was away, to make Solomon king. Evidently, there were others who believed Solomon was special, and that as a king, his potential would flourish, and everyone would benefit. By electing Solomon, one might also say that it denied the ambitious Adonijah, another son of King David, from taking the throne himself. When Solomon did become king, he was very quick to vanquish his opposition and assume the role of king, although he wasn't particularly sure of himself. The story of Solomon's judgment begins where God appears to Solomon after having been pleased in the way in which he ascended the throne. He tells Solomon that he wishes to grant him anything that he desires, and that all he has to do is ask. We see how noble and some might say pure Solomon is, for he doesn't ask for power, riches, women, or any sort of otherworldly gift, but instead asks for wisdom, and wisdom alone.
Now that's a message right there, bro. If God came to you today, how many of y'all would ask for a dollar amount over the knowledge and wisdom? I'm gonna let you sit there and think about that, guys. Remember, you always want to choose the knowledge and the wisdom, because you always gotta learn before you earn. You learn, then remove the letter L. You know what I mean? Remove the L. But you need that knowledge, because if you get the money, if you get the dollar amount without the knowledge, you're going to blow through the money. Guarantee you. And then you're going to be stuck with nothing. At least that way, if you get the knowledge, you always have the knowledge on how to get to the bag. Yeah, you might not have the bag right then and there, but you got the knowledge to get to that bag.
Solomon was aware of his own limitations, and while he was a king, he knew he could not be a good ruler if he did not possess knowledge. In a sense, you might say that this is selfless, as it appears that Solomon's only desire is to lead his people effectively under his God, as well as to keep them safe and see them prosper. Pleased that Solomon did not ask for riches and glory, and was only content with the ruling of his subjects, God granted Solomon with his request, and thus made him more wise than any other man who had ever existed. However, because Solomon was so modest in his request, and God sensed he was sincere and authentic, he went ahead and granted him riches and glory as well. From this, we can gather that the story aims to teach us humility, and that Solomon's God respects one who puts others, or the greater good, in front of their own desires. The moral here is that in seeking to serve something higher than yourself, the rewards can be greater than what you might have originally conceived. A short time after having received his wisdom from God, two women, some describe them as two prostitutes, come before Solomon with a dilemma. The women lived in the same house, and both had given birth very recently. However, one of the babies had died. It's understood that the mother of the dead baby switched her baby with the one that was alive. When this mother woke up, she realized that the dead baby in her possession was not hers. She confronted the other woman, but she denied all knowledge of this and denied the accusation made against her.
Now, what kind of scandalous shit is that, yo? What kind of scandalous, dastardly act is that? But it's similar to what just took place on today's stream. The theft of information and then just go run up there and just put it out there and not give credit. When that's all he asks to do things for others. Don't be so self-centered. Don't be walking in pride. Don't be so selfish. You know what I mean? That's how happiness is created. You know that happiness is created because when you do something for somebody else, that's the greatest dopamine hit of happiness you can get. That's why you run around here so mad and frustrated all day, because you don't do nothing but for yourself. Guys, you know how life works? Life awards the people that provide value to society. You know what I mean? It don't matter how much you know. You could be the smartest person. If you're not adding value, then nobody give a fuck about how smart you is, how perfect your grammar is, how neat you look. The goal is to add value. Adding value means you're doing something for somebody other than yourself. You know what I mean? It's the difference between you taking a selfie and expecting to get 100 likes rather than you changing somebody's life, posting something that could change somebody's life. You notice those posts get more likes. Those posts get more likes.
King Solomon was deemed the only man astute enough to determine who the real mother was. It seems Solomon was swift in his decision too, though he did not simply pick without reason. He called for a sword and told one of his servants to cut the baby in half so that both of the women would have a piece of the child. The fake mother accepted this decision, but the other woman cried out that despite being the baby's real mother, she was willing to surrender custody of the baby to the other woman if the baby was allowed to live. Realizing that this woman loved the child so much that she was willing to give it up so that it might survive, Solomon deduced that she had to have been the real mother. When the people learned of how Solomon had ingeniously solved the problem, his reputation as the wise king began to spread. The two women in question are never named, but it's understood that the two are prostitutes, or at the very least, widows, given the absence of their husbands. In biblical accounts and the nature of patriarchal society, the husbands were usually responsible for the solving of issues between women. If such an incident was brought before the king, it would be the husbands of these women who would represent them in court. A Jewish interpretation explores the idea that the two women are related, one being the mother-in-law and the other being the daughter-in-law. Both, though, had given birth after their respective husbands had died. Due to a custom, the daughter-in-law who was the liar in this case would have to marry her brother-in-law. As her brother-in-law was the living child, she was required to marry him when he came of age. By lying about the boy being her own child, she would not be required to marry him. But when Solomon suggested cutting the child in half, this would absolve her of any responsibility to the child at all. So she was all but willing to agree to the murder of the child. Another interpretation highlights the maternal instincts of a woman, that they can be so strong, one might fabricate a drastic lie in order to maintain their child, or in this case, maintain the facade of having a child at all. Other ideas suggest that the two women were rivals, and that the woman who had lost her child succumbed to the mindset that if she couldn't keep her baby, then her rival shouldn't have kept hers either. From this standpoint, we see the vindictiveness of what.
And
Hold
that's
up,
where
Brad.
that,
Hold up.
yeah, boy, we was
Hold
on
up.
it. We was on it, boy.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, King Grove. You do the
That-
honors.
hey, that's it right there, man. And I'm gonna say something, man. You know, to some of the beautiful women out there, man. It's really sad, but you know, like Too Short say, man, it's really sad when we lose some good ones sometime, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We lose some good ones. Look here, man. I done had homeboys, kinfolks, I myself, I've had, you know, good women. They was good, but they bitter, angry, jealous ass homegirls, sisters, cousins, mamas, grandmas, see the bitch all happy, excuse me, the young lady all happy and, you know, having a good time with her man and trying to build something. And they bitter, angry, rebellious, demonic asses. They don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nobody to go to the club and go pop pussy with no more. They ain't got nobody to go do drugs with no more, to go chasing after niggas down the freeway at 2:00 in the morning. They ain't got nobody to be doing all the man, bruh. Homie, you know what I'm talking about, boy. You know what I'm talking about.
So we was on point we was on point. We both jumped at it, man.
Yeah, man.
That is it. That's it right there. And the sad thing is, sometimes they don't even want you to have it, but they don't want it either. It's the crab in the barrel, yo. And we gotta do better. We gotta do better as a culture. We gotta do better. We gotta understand that there's pies being made every day. Somebody win is not your loss, yo. Dag, man. And this biblical, guys. It was written, guys. It was written.
What a bitter rivalry can lead us to. That a woman in this instance would sooner see the death of an innocent baby than see her rival have the upper hand. The two women also remain unnamed, not necessarily to downplay their importance as women, but more so to enhance Solomon's character and make him and only him the focal point of this tale. In this instance, Solomon is the hero, and it is his wisdom, which God gave him, which brings about the restoration of order in this scenario. Another variation to exemplify King Solomon's wisdom is after his reputation reaches the ears of Queen Sheba. Sheba, seeking to test Solomon, brings him two sets of flowers, one of which is real and the other that is artificial. She asks Solomon to determine which is the real set of flowers, given that they look virtually the same. Unable to simply decide, much like with the.
This is why it's important, guys. There's so many lessons from these stories that you get from the Bible. Not just the ones that tell you about the bad women and you use those to just patronize them. No, it also teaches you how wisdom. We as men, we can't reject knowledge. We can't reject new information, no matter how it look, no matter how it's delivered. If it's facts, we got to be acceptant of it. We got to take it in. If it's truth, we got to take it in. Fuck all that how it looked. Oh, he said nigger. He said the curse word. Bro, if it's facts and it's truth, as a man, we have to take it in because we're always being tested by these same women that we love. We're always going to be tested by them. And if we don't have the knowledge, we'll be a fool. We're going to be fooled.
The two women, Solomon resorts to a logical solution, whereby he has the windows of the palace opened. Two bees fly in and parade around the real set of flowers, given that only the real flowers were capable of attracting the bees in the first place. Through this, Solomon is easily able to determine which set of flowers were real. Once more, Solomon's wisdom is demonstrated and done so effortlessly, that he does not exert himself at all to come to a conclusion. It serves to show us just how wise he is, and how great his God is, given that his wisdom came from his God, that he can solve conundrums that would stump the average man. As always, guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, then feel free to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.
And that's our video for you today, guys. We pulled some gems out of here today, guys. It's important to watch, observe, Just vibe and act accordingly. You know what I mean, guys? Because we're always being tested as men. We are always being tested, bro. And you got to have that knowledge. Life is full of choices and decisions. Ladies, y'all got to have to do better with each other. Y'all going to have to do better with each other. But again, this been a pleasure and it's been an honor for us to highlight the truth and what's real and what's right. That's what we do over here. We have our own funny, creative, and unorthodox way of doing it, but we do it. We get it done. We ain't a bunch of talkers over here. You know what I mean? We move our feet. We bond. We link up. We don't just talk crap on a panel. You know what I mean? We actually vibe off the clock, off of YouTube. We link up, and we gonna keep it doing. We gonna keep it doing what it do. Channels like this, I don't expect it to be millions of subscribers because it's too real. It's too real. You know, the majority fools. The majority fools. All right, y'all. Yo, King Grove, go in and take us home, man.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Basically, bruh, I just gotta say, you know, two things that really caught my attention. You know what I'm talking about? It really bothers me when I hear ignorant ass bitches like that, you know, trying to pose as the decent sisters of our community. And they not. They roach ass, raggedy, janky ass, ignorant, stanky booty bitches. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You know, it's interesting that the Bible is still relevant today, which lets you know it's really God's word and the Bible is actual. For all you people who want to say that the Bible ain't real, for all who want to, you know, talk about the Bible, that's that white man's book. What y'all don't realize is when the Europeans came to Africa, there was already Bibles there in Ethiopia. A more complete book, 83 books, including the books of Enoch, is in the Ethiopian Bible. So when the Europeans first came to the African continent, and Africa was bigger back then, you know what I'm talking about? What did they see? They saw people that wasn't ignorant, they wasn't illiterate, they wasn't stupid, they wasn't starving, they wasn't disease-ridden. No, they were intelligent, godly people who already had the Bible. Not just the little 66 books that the Catholic Church edited out. No, they had the complete version of 83 books. So don't ever let them tell you that you can't be, you know, these fake Africa, back to Africa, Black Power, all these suckers and fools like Umar Johnson and Brother No Light and the rest of them. Don't let these chumps tell you, man, that, you know, this is not your religion. The religion is of truth, and the Bible is basic instructions, man. And, you know, at the end of the day, a grown man, a grown woman gonna do what they want to do, but them old folks call it basic instructions because that Bible, it teach you how to be right and not be wrong. And we all tempted by different things in this world. But don't ever think that you better than your brother or better than your sister. And you damn sure ain't better or smarter than God, because he sees what you niggas is doing, man. You feel me? And at the same time, I just gotta say, bitches like that, bro, like the Brick Bay, you know, pretty ones, shit, to fuck with me or any of my homies back in the day, man, they'd have to pay, straight up. They would have to pay. This dick ain't free, not for no bitch like that. Church, Bread Squad, I'm out.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life.
From Harlem, New York. Put your cigarettes out and pull your panties out. Put your hands together. Mr.